directly from Satan.
A message, and it's going out to those who were resting, those who forgot about the bringer of heat, the T to the C. Been gone for a sec, if they forgot it was me who told you to hate instead of to fear, who gave you the strength to shout it out clear. You talked all your talk, now it's my turn to say I don't give a fuck, so just get out of my way. I'm back, bitch. I'm back, bitch. I'm back, bitch. Damn right I'm back. I gave you the chance to contend and be friendly, but you had to go and turn into an enemy. So I'm blowing up like a nuclear bomb. I am the storm that comes after the calm, and when I explode, be left in pieces. You won't get to heaven and you'll never see Jesus. I took that away for my own fucking safety. You'd use them against me cause you fucking hate me. Just for the ones who need sedated, devastated and feeling jaded. Just because life is better medicated, it's overrated and complicated. Bitch, damn right I'm back. This time I swear I don't want any part of the world that you live in, the gods that you thought of. I just wanna make sure your fun has an ending. I just wanna break all the rules you've been bending. I know they will say that I'm fucked up and crazy, how I hate each and every one of you lazy, satire, wretched excuses for humans, but I just don't care. I keep at what I'm doing, just for the ones who need sedated, devastated, feeling jaded. Just because life is better medicated, it's overrated and complicated. No, this is not just for your entertainment. Yes, this is what it means to be me. I'm not a product you can't fucking buy this. I'm only here for my own sanity. Just for the ones who need sedated, devastated, feeling jaded. Just because life is better medicated, it's overrated and complicated. Just for the ones who need sedated, devastated, feeling jaded. Just because life is better medicated, it's overrated, complicated. I'm back, bitch. I'm back, bitch. I'm back, bitch. Fucking right, I'm back.
That's right, I'm back. Been gone like a week. I'm back. Hey, what's up, Russ? How you doing tonight? Anybody else that might be out there watching? So that was the first track was I'm Back, obviously. That was from Antisocial, the album from 2008. We're going to move right ahead. Hey, by the way, happy 2020, 2021. Bye, 2020. We're done with that shit. It's been a heck of a year. Seriously. Man, what a year. So anyway, we're going through a metamorphosis, you might say, into 2021. That's why this next track is Metamorphosis off of Regaining Composure, 2012. So here we go.
My shape is changing and I won't be coming back. The blood moon rises and everything is black. My skin just melts away, reveals the metal plates. Each time I try to love, the only thing I feel is hate. My heart is just a piston, pumping gasoline. I am no longer man, I've become this machine. Genderless, sexless hole is where this thing is grown. Alien hate, apply its metal to the bone. This is the conception of a full metal terrorist, strengthened by anger. How I know I'll get away with this. Show me your hate, show me your fist, show me adoration, cause you know you can't resist. This is metamorphosis for the great bizarre right now. Witness the orifice where the hideous thing is grown. This is metamorphosis. 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 My engine is fueled by a pure, unfiltered rage. It shows no wear or tear, no signs of rust or age. My arms have fallen off, replaced by loaded guns. My mind manufactures ammo no one can outrun. I have become a death machine, perfect and strange. Curious yet furious, result of sudden change. I am more dangerous than I've ever been before. Now is the time to run, I'm settling the score. This is the conception of a full metal terrorist, strengthened by anger. How I know I'll get away with it. Show me your hate, show me your fist, show me adoration, cause you know you can't resist. This is metamorphosis for the great bizarre right now. Witness the orifice where the hideous thing is grown. I'm becoming everything that you were taught to fear. I've become the reason for destruction and tears. You become the victim of my terrible reign. You are left shaking, crying, screaming in pain. Drip of bile, drop of blood, first the rain and then the flood. Just as night will black the sky, what's been born will surely die. Drip of bile, drop of blood, first the rain and then the flood. Just as night will black the sky, what's been born will surely die. You cannot escape. am scaring myself. I will destroy myself. I am scaring myself. I'm afraid of myself. I am scaring myself. I will destroy myself.
That is Metamorphosis. We have a whole lot more people in the house. We got Joey. Hey, how you doing, Joey? Kirsten, thank you so much for being here. And Pete Johns, how you doing? Yeah, I've got those carrots. That's what it's all about. It's all about the carrots. Anybody watching this that's not from the create, record, release community will be like, what the hell? But it's an inside joke. It's an inside joke, folks. It's cool. Anyway. Hey, Jess Burke. Nice. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Anyway, we're going to go to this next track. Keeping with the theme that we just had of Metamorphosis. I released an album a couple years ago, and I did a live stream with the whole album about a month ago or so, called Apple. And on that track, on that album, the second track is called Blume. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that one next. So it's also about growth and development of Apple, who is the character in that album. So here we go.
One, two, what will you do? 3, 4, apples growing for sure. 5, 6, she is taking her licks. 7, 8, she is learning to hate. 9, 10, it's a matter of when. 11, 12, apples bringing the hell. 13, 14, hard like morphine. 15, 16, she is so mean. Apple is blooming and she's breaking all the rules. Ones that her mother taught, ones that she learned in school. She's always on the run, better catch her if you can. She is moving faster than a girl has ever ran. Apples blooming where she was planted, but her world's becoming slanted. Ground is shaking beneath her feet. Her ripened flesh is turning sweet. Apple is changing and her flesh has ripened sweet. There's not a man alive that could refuse her meat. But she has poison in a gland that can't be seen. It foils many men who try to plot and scheme. Apples blooming where she was planted, but her world's becoming slanted. The ground is shaking beneath her feet. Her ripened flesh is turning sweet. Apple is blooming. Apple is blooming.
That was Blume from Apple. 2015 album. If you like what you're hearing, you can go check out the Bandcamp page, which is thomaschrist.bandcamp.com. I see we have a few, another new folk come in. John Frank, how are you doing? Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to all of you. Of course, it's now 2021. Crazy. So hopefully 2021 is going to be a better year than last year. Now, keeping with the theme of Apple, I have one more song from that album, and this next one is Elivante, and this is where Elivante tries to help Apple. So we're going to take a listen now to Elivante.
Dragged herself inside to see the priest. Elivante knew right away the rap that Apple had released. Incantations, bombs, and salves would be of little use. This is war with the immortal one, with no hope for a truce. Nothing can save you, no one can save you, nothing can save you, I cannot save you. Nothing can save you, no one can save you, nothing can save you, I cannot save you. Now just what have you done? Killing the chosen son. This struggle has just begun. The fight that can't be won. Elivante, please, she said, her eyes awash with tears. No choice in this, I can't run from my fears. Elivante felt deep compassion, he couldn't turn away. There is only one thing to do, there is no other way. Now just what have you done? Killing the chosen son. This struggle has just begun. The fight that can't be won. Fight like we've never fought before. We might still lose the war. Fight like we've never fought before. We'll either die or settle the score. Now just what have you done? Killing the chosen son. This struggle has just begun. The fight that can't be won. The redemption of Apple begins today. The redemption of Apple begins today. The redemption of Apple begins today. The redemption of Apple begins today.
That was Elivante. And if you want to know the rest of what happens with Apple, you're going to have to get the album. That's going to be on thomaschrist.bandcamp.com. It could potentially be had for free for right now because I have it set to name your price. But I will say that I'm planning a move in the very near future, maybe within the next few days, to DistroKid. So I'll be selling my music on, all the major platforms. So at that point, it may not be. So I'm not saying, I'm just saying, you want to get that, it might be worthwhile to grab it sooner rather than later. Anyway, so as we know, and thank you very much, Russ. I appreciate that. As we very well know, 2020, we've been dealing with a bit of a pandemic, and those of you who have been around a while may know that I wrote an album in 2020 dealing with almost every aspect of the pandemic imaginable, almost every angle, and just using the language that we've learned to use that we haven't used before. But we, unfortunately, into 2021, we bring that with us, and we're still panicking about the pandemic. So this is a song called Pandemic Panic. I wrote it last year in September. Here we go.
Vaccinated stereo. Quarantine inferno. I can isolate in turbo. Social distancing machine. Got my hydroxychloroquine. Exercise, good hygiene. I wash my hands with kerosene. It's a pandemic, panic, it's infectious. Pandemic, panic, pulsate your plexus. Pandemic, panic, nitrobiology. Pandemic, panic, psychopathology. Pandemic, it's infectious. Pandemic, panic, pulsate your plexus. Pandemic, panic, nitrobiology. Pandemic, panic, psychopathology. Hanging out at the testing facilities. Masking my abilities. Inoculate hostilities. With clinical utilities. Diagnose my desire. Sterilize with burning fire. Wipe me clean with alcohol. They better medicate us all. It's a pandemic, panic, Pandemic, panic, nitrobiology. Pandemic, panic, psychopathology. Pandemic, panic, gets infectious. Pandemic, panic, pulsates your plexus. Pandemic, panic, nitrobiology. Pandemic, panic, psychopathology. Medical records spinning in a clockwise direction. Bring me the vial, gonna need an injection. I've got something health insurance never would cover. Catch the panic like a kiss from an invisible lover. It's pandemic panic. It's pandemic panic. It's pandemic panic. It's pandemic panic. It's a pandemic panic. It's infectious. Pandemic panic, pulsate your plexus. Pandemic panic, nitrobiology. Pandemic panic, psychopathology. Pandemic panic, gets infectious. Pandemic panic, pulsate your plexus. Pandemic panic, nitrobiology. Pandemic panic, psychopathology.
Yeah. I don't even know what that song is about. I'll be perfectly honest with you. It just was fun. It's a fun song. You got to have a little fun or you'll go insane in these days. And part of the reason that you will go insane, by the way, Jade Starr is here. Just rearranged the entire studio. Wow. That's an epic endeavor. I did that a couple months ago. I had to clean and I had to rearrange the studio, and it was... Anyway, but it's a lot better now that it's, you know, things are the way I'd like it to be. So another thing that is kind of maddening about the pandemic, and you probably heard me say it before, but the way that they're putting workers in harm's way, and it was just announced here where I live that they're going to do away. They're going to do away with the restrictions that we have on January 4th. Meanwhile, infection and cases rates are sky high. That's not acceptable. In fact, I think that's BS. Personally, that's what I think. But anyway, so I have a message to those people who are making decisions, and that is, I'm not going to die for you. That's right. Get those avocados out. I know Gary's not here tonight, but anyway. Here we go.
Exploitation of the American worker. We're supposed to risk our lives so you can have luxuries, excess, eating gold leaf burgers. While we gag down sodium-laced fast food, you pricks make me sick. You can choke on my general strike. Rent freeze, don't say please. Aristocrats, fat cat, thinking they're big shot. We're right here now, crashing their economy. You were banking on maintaining our misery. Perpetual slavery feeds your so-called liberty. I'm not gonna die for you. Your yachts, fancy cars, 401ks, posh spas. I'm not your avocado summer condo ski trips to Colorado. I'm not gonna die for you. Your yachts, fancy cars, World K's, posh spas. I'm not gonna die for you. Your avocado summer condo ski trips to Colorado. You love the dictator when he's lining your pockets. Fascism is bliss when it comes with so many benefits to your extravagant way of life. Your way of life that's killing the poor and stripping us, ripping up all dignity. Meaningless to you as long as you're free to take advantage without consequences. Your property protected by barbed wire fences. You are a joke and we are your punchline. But we are cannibals and it's almost lunchtime. I'm not gonna die for you. Your yachts, fancy cars, 401ks, posh spas. I'm not gonna die for you. Your avocado summer condo ski trips to Colorado. I'm not gonna die for you. Your yachts, fancy cars, 401ks, posh spas. I'm not gonna die for you. Your avocado summer condo ski trips to Colorado. Desperation is inspiration. Time for blue collar liberation. Desperation is motivation. Time to end their mass predation. Desperation is inspiration. 21st century reformation. Desperation is motivation. Light the fuse, boom, detonation. I'm not gonna die for you. Your yachts, fancy cars, 401ks, posh spas. I'm not gonna die for you. Your avocado summer condo ski trips to Colorado. I'm not gonna die for you. Your yachts, fancy cars, 401ks, posh spas. I'm not gonna die for you. Your avocado summer condo ski trips to Colorado.
That's right. Not gonna do it. Yeah, and then to continue where I left off, as I forgot something really important. The turtle Mitch McConnell doesn't think that we deserve $2,000 checks. We're getting $600 a person, while other countries have given their people like $2,000 every month or every 2 months. We got one round of checks, $1,200 checks in March or April. I think it was April, and now we're getting. Thank you very much, Russ. Yeah, and now we're getting $600 a person, and yeah, we're not worth $2,000 because the debt might get too high. You know what? Our debts are too high, but they don't care. Anyway, that's welcome to life in the United States of America. It's great. Anyway, so we all want to stay well. We're all trying to find a cure for life, because part of life, unfortunately, is still death. We're all searching for vitality. That's going to be our next track.
trying all these years in vain to diagnose my own vitality and find the correct dose. I medicate to alleviate the symptoms of a dying life. I stay awake at night and think what death is like. Doctor, give me what I really need, a drug that is the eternal seed. Emergency, emergency, no prescription for vitality. Emergency, emergency, I need a cure for this mortality. Feeling trapped and helpless in this world I can't escape. Humanity is a prison and there's no way to reshape the consequence of cosmic train wrecks in a blackened universe. Life is as much a blessing as it is a curse. The world's leading medical scientists will never find a cure for this. Emergency, emergency, no prescription for vitality. Emergency, emergency, I need a cure for this mortality. Emergency, emergency, no prescription for vitality. Emergency, emergency, I need a cure for this mortality. Emergency, emergency, no prescription for vitality. Emergency, emergency, I need a cure for this mortality. Emergency, emergency, no prescription for vitality. Emergency, emergency, I need a cure for this mortality. Emergency, emergency, no prescription for vitality. Emergency, emergency, I need a cure for this mortality. Vitality, 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 vitality.
All right, so that was Vitality off of Vitality 360. And that'll be one of the benefits when I get on DistroKid, which hopefully will happen maybe within the next week. You'll be able to buy albums like that, which aren't really widely available, although I can give you a hint. It is, some of these songs, maybe all of them, I'm not sure, are at www.soundclick.com/Thomas Christ. I don't even really have access to that page anymore, but the songs are still up. And Pete says, nicely done. Thank you so much, Pete. I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to go back to 2007. There was an album called Wedding at Golgotha. And this album was a double album, actually had about 22 tracks on it. I'm going to do this song called Make the Right Choice, because we need to make right choices in 2021. Maybe you didn't make the best choices in 2020. You have a chance to get it right here in 2021. So we're going to do that track now. Here we go. You know what? That's the wrong backing track. Let me fix that. I don't even remember what song that is. That's not the right one. See, what had happened was, what I used to do back in the day was I would make, for some reason, the backing tracks a little faster than the regular track. And I tried to get a different backing track that was the original speed on the album. And apparently I did the wrong one. So we're going to have to go with the faster one. All right. Well, here we go. Good thing I practiced it this way.
It's a shame so many people don't utilize what they've got between their eyes. Instead, they conform to the herd mentality that rather dilute their own reality. Well, in this time of stress and strife, it could mean the difference between death and life for you and the rest of the human race. So use it or lose it right now in this time. It feels so good when you make the right choice, when you finally speak using your own voice, when you tell the world just what you suck. Let your God in your country know you don't give a fuck. But you know it's too used to fight off the past. Those ancient ideologies just can't last. And if they do, you can be assured none of us should ever feel secure, because we've created deities bent on destruction, waiting to topple every construction of man. And that's just part of the plan. The crunch just like empty soda cans. It feels so good when you make the right choice, when you finally speak using your own voice, when you tell the world just what you suck. Let your God in your country know you don't give a fuck. There is so much you can die for. What are you living this life for? There is so much you can cry for. What are you living this life for? I can't understand and I never will why people will take this beating sitting still. Let it happen over and over again. Well, they sit and wait for the Son of Man to come flying down out of the clouds, bringing with him a billion death shrouds for every man on the face of this world. We can stop this fucking madness before it occurs. It feels so good when you make the right choice, when you finally speak using your own voice. You can tell the world just what you suck. Let your God in your country know don't give a fuck. It feels so good when you make the right choice, when you finally speak, using your own voice when you tell the world just what you suck. Let your God, your country know you don't give a fuck.
Whew. That's the high-speed version. I don't know what I was thinking back then. Anyway, so we're going to go, hey, Sion's here. Gives a fire emoji. Thanks so much, Sion. Thank you for being here. Happy New Year to you as well. This next track, this is off of Regaining Composure, 2012. And this one was about the frustration with... So one of the nice things that I think is personally nice is that I can jump on a live stream and I can perform, and you guys are here, and that's so awesome. And since this pandemic has happened, since we've been in kind of this new paradigm that we're in, has made all this possible in a sense. I guess it's theoretically always been possible, but we never really acted upon that possibility. So now we're able to do this. But before, in the before times, it used to be hard to get shows set up, especially for somebody who does what I do, because it's not, there's the things that concert promoters want is they either want a band, which I don't really have. I did have a guitar player, but that's not the same thing as a band with drums and bass and everything. Or they want somebody just like play an acoustic guitar and do that. And I didn't do either of those things. So it was a lot of frustration to try to get shows. And then you also have to have, you have to be able to assure that you can bring a certain number of people and everything. And so I love that I'm able to do this now, because I can just bring, whenever I have something to present to people, I can just bring it directly to them. But there was a time before where that wasn't the case. And hopefully, I'm hoping this is going to change some things for permanent, but there might be a time in the future where that's not possible, or it's not going to be as successful. Anyway, so I had a lot of frustration with that. And this is just me getting some frustration out about how, competitive the live market was and how difficult it was to really get a foot in the door. So this song is called How Do You Like Me Now?
Chemical imbalance. I've got it all, that and a little bit more. Psychosis is never far from here, extremely dangerous, that is for sure. You never know if you'll have to stop dancing and duck and run for cover. They will find you 30 years from now when the bodies are discovered. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. keeps you in suspense, and this is a thriller. If I weren't doing this, I'd probably be a mad farmer or a serial killer. I'm always dressed in this cloak of fear and wear a mask of shame and denial. But if you want to die tonight, form a line, dispose the casualties in a pile. This is what stops me from losing it completely. You better appease me. How do you like me now? A thin line exists between a rock show and living on death row. How do you like me now? How do you like me now? How do you like me now? I could entertain you, or I could murder you, whatever you will allow. I am presuming you want to live tonight, so how do you like me now? I shouldn't have to make threats to gain an audience, but the business is cutthroat these days. They expect people to come to let me on stage, but I just do this so I don't go insane. This is what stops me from losing it completely. You better appease me. How do you like me now? A thin line exists between a rock show and living on death row. This is what stops me from losing it completely. You better appease me. How do you like me now? A thin line exists between a rock show and living on death row. How do you like me now? How do you like me now?
That's just a little fun that I had. Pizza, how do I like you? I'm a little terrified of you. Well, maybe that was the point. I don't know. But it was, you get some aggression out sometimes. Speaking of which, this is probably the most interesting part of the night because Mr. Pete Johns wrote a song very recently. And I've always been a big fan of Pete's music. And if you haven't checked out like studiolivetoday.com, look him up on YouTube. You know, he's got a lot of stuff. But, he recently wrote a song that really spoke to me in a crazy, demented way that it does. And thank you very much, Russ. So this is the song he wrote, was called Murdering Time. And I just did a little cover of it. And it goes something like this. So hopefully we do Mr. Pete Johns some justice here. Because this is a fantastic song that he wrote.
Only senses the darkness, only feeling the pain. Only time is behind me. Don't have nothing to gain. At the end of my tether, only one
What a track. Man, that's awesome. I hope I did it justice, Pete. That's it's just a fantastic song, isn't it? It's got that like restrained anger. I love it. Anyway, so keeping on Jade said cool, and Pete said, oh wow, super cool, chuffed, awesome, yeah. And then Frigsy said, Murdering Time is a great tune. Hope Pete realizes how bloody good it is, and it is. Man, I was just like, from the first time I heard it as like an acoustic demo, I was like, this is awesome. So. Pizza is so cool. What's with everyone doing better versions of my song? I don't know if it's better. It's just different, you know. Yeah. Pete will have a cover album out. Maybe we should all do a Pete Johns cover, and then submit it for the Pete Johns cover album. That might be cool. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that some more. That's an interesting idea. Anyway, so keeping on the same theme, we're gonna move on to another song about the same subject, but from the third-person perspective. This is a song called Red on the Canvas. You see, I got this little theme going here. This is about a young lady who's an artist. And, sometimes those artists are a little bit interesting. Anyway, there we go.
Really
Oh yeah. Thanks everyone. And Pete John says being dark is fun. Just realizing this, man, you're learning my secret. I've known it for years. But anyway, so that was Red on the Canvas. That's actually an unreleased song. I might have to release that at some point. Now it kind of fits in, and we're gonna do the last two songs tonight are from, and it makes sense with this being New Year's Day. We're gonna look forward to 2021, and there's a new album that I'm working on that's going to be coming out called The Creator. And this next track, thank you very much, Sion. This next track, these next two tracks actually are going to be tracks on this upcoming album. This next one, you may have heard in part before because I did a live stream for the creation process of this, most of it. And Friggsy says it's another great tune, really well written, and an ambulance drove past right at the right point during an instrumental break. Worked perfectly. That's awesome. I wish I could have heard that. But anyway, so we're looking forward to this new album, and if you caught the live stream last week, I did a song called Optimize Performance. Of course, we know optimizing performance in GarageBand on iOS is a bad thing, but maybe we need to optimize our performance. So this track is called Optimizing Performance, and like I said, I did most of it on the live stream last week. If you haven't checked that out, maybe afterwards or sometime later, check that out. But I did a little bit more work on it, and it's basically done, but I want to do a music video for it, so that's the only reason it's not out yet. But it should be out within the next week or so. So here we go. Optimize Performance. Let's check this out.
Roger that, Nano. We're optimizing performance in 3, 2, 1.
We are the makers. We are the creators. We are the muckrakers. Never imitators. Content generation. Initialize production. Birth to realization. Enhancing our construction. Minimize reluctance. Optimize performance. Maximize endurance. Optimize performance. Minimize reluctance. Optimize performance. Maximize endurance. Optimize performance. Honing execution, rehearsing for perfection, endless evolution, narrows our direction, sharpening our steel to the fiercest sword. We decide what's real when we hit record. Minimize reluctance. Optimize performance. Maximize endurance. Optimize performance. Minimize reluctance. Optimize performance. Maximize endurance. Optimize performance. When performance is optimized, all our dreams are realized. We become brilliantly modified, and we are mentally deified.
So that was Optimize. I still got the echo. Still got the echo on. That's no good. Yeah, that was Optimized Performance off the next album. And thank you so much, Pete. I appreciate that. And I haven't seen Optimizing Performance since I upgraded to the iPad Pro. Well, that's good. We want to optimize our performance. We don't want to have Optimizing Performance. And yeah, Frigsy, definitely check out that. It was a 3-hour-long live stream, so you may want to fast forward certain parts, but or not. If you have the time, it's I hope it was interesting to see like the whole process, or almost the whole process. Like I said, there were some finalizing things. Some I redid I didn't do the vocals on the live stream. What I did was I came back. I re-recorded all the vocals, so. That was the only thing. That was the main difference. And then I added some special effects and some EQing stuff. That's really all I did, some mixing things. And I saw there's a really great guy on YouTube. And I'm not going to remember his last name, but his first name is Nathan. So if you look up a guy named Nathan that does tutorials mainly in Logic, I think is where most of his stuff. But his stuff is more focused on song creation. And he was saying that people obsess about mixing. And this is brilliant. People obsess about mixing, but mixing is nothing. Mixing it's important, but it's not the major thing. The major thing is production. And he's right on. He's right on about that. So the way that we record and the arranging and stuff of songs, like that's what's going to make your song and the sounds that we use and things. Like that's what's going to make the difference between a track that's okay or a track that's not so good and a track that's really great. And usually without mixing, like he says, professionally produced songs, like they're already ready to go before mixing. So this is something to think about. It kind of blew my mind. It was like, oh yeah, he's right. And he also had a cool video, by the way, about where, he did a track entirely in GarageBand, and he created a song, and then he had another guy who was a beginner in Logic just do. They both had to produce the same track. This basically, he just gave him some basic guidelines. And so the guy that was a beginner in Logic did production on the same song as him in just GarageBand. But because he's a pro, his GarageBand track blew this other guy. Like the other guy's track was good. It wasn't bad at all. But Nathan's track was just amazing, and he did it just in GarageBand, but he knew what to do. So it was really good. Anyway, so we are going to go to our last song. I think you might have an idea what it is. It's also from the upcoming album, The Creator. It's called Right About Now. And once again, I thank you guys all for being here, but I'll thank you again afterwards. So let's do Right About Now. Right About Now.
Tell me, don't you feel it?
Don't you feel it?
It's coursing through your veins.
It's coursing through your veins.
If you don't have it, just steal it.
Steal it.
Get it straight to your brain.
Get that straight to your brain.
Feel the fire burning inside you. It ignites us all somehow. Never tire. Connect the wire, exploding once again. Right about now. Right about now. Right about now. You got the fuel inside you.
Got the fuel inside.
All it takes is a flame
All it takes is a flame.
to start a raging inferno, illuminating what you became. be the phoenix rising. You'll rise up from the dirt, and you will be the creator, dreaming to flesh a new earth. Be the hero or villain, it's up to you to decide. Just don't get left at the station, you got a ticket to ride. Feel the fire burning inside you, it ignites us all somehow. Never tire, connect the wire, exploding once again. Feel the fire burning inside you, it ignites us all somehow. Never tire, connect that wire, exploding once again. Right about now!
So that was right about now. Oh yeah, and Russ was talking about that track that you did for YML today, Your Music Live. That was amazing. That was great. I love the sampled preacher. Like, that's such a brilliant idea. It was cool. The process to push the bass sampled 3 times. Oh, okay. And that was as much as I could push the pad. It was more an experiment. Yeah, you got to be careful with bass because it can, and thank you very much, Russ, it can overload, and you know this, I struggle sometimes with bass because I want to get that deep bass, but then I'm peaking. So I usually have to cut it more than I would want to. If I just use my ears and I didn't look at the meters or anything, I would probably put the bass way higher than what it is, but then it would be in the red and would be having massive problems. So anyway, it's the eternal struggle of production, not mixing, but production, also mixing. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Really appreciate it. Thanks, Frigsy. Have a great 2021, you as well. Thank you to Pete. Thank you, Russ. Thank you, Sion, Joey and Kirsten, and anybody else, Jade, that was here tonight. Just thank you so much. And like Jade says, we all rise together. We all rise together. That's where it's at. So anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. I thank you once again for being here. And don't forget the Facebook page. I've been forgetting about the Facebook page, but I need to get back to it and do my song of the day. Maybe I'll do that after this stream. So anyway, I want you all to have a great night, and we'll see you again real soon right here on the channel, Thomas Christ. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.